And what up, you guys? Welcome back to Pro Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich, and as you guys can see on the intro, boom, got a stack of comics that are going out. One thing that really came to my mind when I was going through the stack of comics that I was going to get rid of is like each issue almost has a moment in time in my history, and it makes you hella nostalgic. And I kind of wanted to go through these two right here. But originally I was gonna get rid of these two in the pile, but then what I realized is like, man, this is a nice little set, and it's a 2-issue story, and it's fire. And definitely we're gonna get into it right now. All right, you guys, as you can see, I ran out of envelopes, but we'll pick some up tomorrow and ship those orders out. After that, I definitely want to take a look at these comics. And I'm not sure how many of you guys remember Turok, the video game. I definitely had that and hella played that shit. And for most people at the time, at least, especially when I was younger, I don't think people realized it was a comic book, that it was based on a Valiant character called Turok. And this is Geomancer and Turok. Geomancer is a character from the Valiant Comics that I really dug. And I want to say first issue of Turok, but I'd have to keep going through the collection to see whether or not it's in there. This is real like reminiscent of what I remember of Valiant, of like very straightforward art. There was nothing that I loved or hate, but the stories in the Valiant comics were always really good. Like Magnus Robot Fighter, I really liked that character a lot. A lot of the Rye and the Future Force was another character that I really dug. And even when they relaunched, you know, later on in the 2000s, I was all about it, man. That pulpy sci-fi stuff is hella fire. Oh, here you go. Look, here goes a picture of Magnus, the robot fighter. And here goes some of the comics. The original Turok, Son of Stone. Like, these comic books were really of their time, but they were also real fun. And, you know, this is the classic story. They don't get along at first. And it makes sense to team up Geomancer, who's like the protector of Earth, with Turok. Oh, yeah, the Eternal Warrior, that's theirs as well. The Vin Diesel failed movie. Which always surprises me because that relaunch was so fire, man. He had Divinity. That Divinity series from Valiant was really good. But I just want to flip through it. Like I said, I'm definitely not getting rid of these. I got rid of a few of the Geomancers, but these two, you know, because it's the crossover with Turok, I'm definitely going to hold on to. This is fine when they bump into him. Let him go now. This guy's not joking. Better play it cool. I don't need this guy after me too. I don't want any trouble. My friend's life has been threatened and I just want to get him to safety. This may sound really crazy, but I'm a Geomancer. I'm guardian of the earth. You are a Geomancer? I have heard of the legendary seers of the earth. Are you the guys all the cops are after? Look out, people. Brooklyn's finest have arrived. Does this answer your question, kid? If I don't get out of here, we're all dead. Something's telling me this guy's on the level, Turok. And then they team up. I don't know. This is so, like, right now that I'm reading it, I'm like, this is so over the top and campy. It had to have come out when I was a young fella, because there's no way. And look at the way he drew the torso here. Look at that. What the hell? But this shit is fire, man. Like, it's fun. It's of its time. That's one of the things that was happening to me today as I was going through the comics. Like, I remember I'm getting rid of my Swamp Thing comics for the B-52, which was one of the runs that I collected during that time, that era. And it was a very fun read. I really enjoyed Swamp Thing, the B-52 DC launch, right? But nonetheless, it's not a comic book I go back to. And like in the, you know, in the whole capacity that I have of the Swamp Thing comics, like I would much rather read a whole bunch of different Swamp Thing comics that I have, and not necessarily that run. It was fun during that time, but you know, it's not adding value to me. It's not something I need. Could be something that I send out to somebody and they just fall in love with the Swamp Thing character. It's just something that you know, I'm not gonna hold on to all my collection, but I definitely want to hold on to enough so that I remember, you know, just the things I was into, the things I got. So I'm not keeping everything in my comic book collection, but I'm definitely keeping, you know, a very curated collection of like things that I enjoy, as well as things that kind of tell a story of the things that I was into in the years that I was into them. And definitely characters that I like, characters that I would love to do a fanzine about. Geomancer definitely is one of those characters for me. Turok, the character, as well as another character I like, but Geomancer was the character that I liked a lot. So right now that I'm going through my collection and liquidating it, the things that I'm thinking about is two things. One, do I go back and reread it for the story structure, right? So something like this is based off of the story and the characters. And so that's why I'm keeping it, right? And then the other aspect of it is, do I go back to it for art references? And what do I mean by that? Let's say I want to do a Turok fanzine, something that potentially could exist, right? I have now this comic book for me to pull out and reference back. That's why, like, there's no character that I'm going to get rid of all the comics. I definitely want to keep one as a reference so that if I do ever want to draw that character for any reason, I have something in the collection I can pull out and reference. And that's kind of where I'm at. But that's it for today, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. As always, there will be a link in the show notes to take you to feralpublication.com, where you guys get the zines, buttons, stickers, and t-shirts I make. Thank you guys for all the love and support that I've been getting as of late. Really appreciate it. Let's keep building this thing up. Lates.